Hi everyone, welcome to the Oak Hill Industrial Railroad. Let's do some switching. Well, good morning everybody. Let's finish up switching in Oak Hill, switching Ohio Firebrick. There's a train going by, but I don't know if you'll get to hear it. There he is. First thing I'm going to do is pull the caboose, put it on the end of the train because I have to be able to run around. I will confess that I forgot to pick up that loaded gondola when I headed back to Chillicothe. So it's just going to stay there till the next session. Sort of a mixed blessing in a way because this little engine is really struggling to pull these cars since I have added weight to them and put a spring on one axle. It could barely move this train at times. I think I mentioned this before, but I am going to change my operating pattern when I get the yard done. I have so many chassis engines that I'm going to have the B&O or chassis bring the cars to Oak Hill and pick up from Oak Hill. So the only thing this switcher will be doing is switching within Oak Hill. That gives me a reason to run more chassis stuff. So I had to push back and connect these boxcars to the other boxcars. Now I'm going to run around the train. I'll cut part of that out. The video is already over 20 minutes, so try to shave a little time where I can. And this will be the only video this weekend. Post it Saturday morning, Sunday morning, bright and early. I'm flying to Mexico. I am taking some Norfolk Southern pictures down there. I'm going to try to make a slideshow video for you guys while I'm in the hotel room. I heard mouse. I'm narrating this Thursday morning from the back porch. Took yesterday and today off. Really beautiful weather, so I've actually got the garden railroad out. And I'm going to film an operating session on that. So you may see that coming up. We've had nights in the upper 40s and highs in the 70s here last 2 or 3 days. Been beautiful. My problem with that is we're in a real dry spell. I don't know when we're going to get any rain again. So I'm going to drop the caboose off down here. The 2 cars next to the caboose need to go to Ohio Firebrick. What that means, I need to shove the 3 cars that I picked up from Cedar Heights Clay along with it. So I got a pretty long train, and this little engine struggled in a couple of places with 7 cars. I have been making progress on the indoor railroad. I need a couple more left-hand turnouts to complete the yard. I'm going to have to order those. And but right now I'm focused on completing the roundhouse area. I'm going to stop here and let the brakeman open the gates. So there were times coming up when I had to actually nudge the locomotive a little bit because it was just spinning. Again, I've got 7 cars. I've added weight to all of them to bring them up to the NMRA standards. And they all have the springs. All in all, it did pretty well, but I think we're pushing its limit. GP7 would have no trouble with these. What I'm thinking about doing is taking the extra weight out of the small covered hoppers, because the only place they're used on my layout is in Oak Hill. I almost always have two. So that would help it a little bit. So now we're going to push the two cars we picked up down. Normally I would push them all the way to the caboose, but since the locomotive is obviously struggling a little bit, as soon as I cleared Route 93, I just left them there. We had to shut the gate. So now we just need to put the train together and head to Chillicothe. There are all kinds of little sparrows on the bird feeder, and they like hanging out in the Garden Railroad around the upper pond. Unfortunately, in the past week or so, we had to fish 2 dead birds out of the pond. We've never had that before. Somehow they're falling in, and we don't know how they're doing it. Now we're pushing the cars back to get the caboose, and then we can head west. Switcher didn't have any trouble with this train of 5 cars. Again, I didn't intentionally forget the gondola, but since it has a weight in it, which is a cast weight, it might have made it pretty heavy. Now I got a squirrel on the bird feeder and got to chase off. And we just had a hummingbird show up. 2 hummingbirds. And here comes the squirrel back. Sorry for the running commentary on the animal. So after the train crosses Grassy Fork, we'll end the video, and we'll start next week either with an operating session in the Garden Railroad or in Chillicothe. Not sure yet. Actually, I'm flying back Saturday morning from Mexico. So if I do post one, it'll probably be from the Dallas airport in the morning. Or I may have to do it later in the day. Well, we'll have a video next weekend for you. So I'm going to close here with a picture of Chance, just give you a brief update. He has responded to the medicines, not throwing up. Seems like he's feeling better, got his appetite a little bit better. Still doesn't walk hardly. Nothing like he used to do, but he's doing better. So I thank everybody for your concerns about him. Everybody stay safe. Well, it's Friday evening, and I just fished another one out of the pond, but this one's alive. So my wife's trying to dry it off and see if it's going to be okay right now. So everybody stay safe.